Hey, what's up guys? It's Ella, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be giving you my tips on how to get over your fear of roller coasters. Now, if you follow me on TikTok, this is a question people ask me all the time in the comments, so I wanted to make a YouTube video so that people could return to it. It's a little easier to find than it would have been on TikTok, and then I'll get more time to talk about it. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so the first thing, and in my opinion, the most important thing that you want to do is pinpoint what exactly freaks you out about roller coasters. For a lot of people, this is heights. Some people, it's motion sickness and they don't like the forces of the ride. For some people, they're concerned about the safety and they don't feel that the rides are safe. Some people are just bothered by like certain types. Like some people just really don't like wooden or inverted coasters. So first, your goal is just to figure out what bothers you about them, because then it's going to make it so much easier for you to pinpoint exactly what actions you should take to get over this fear. So now that you have identified what exactly freaks you out about roller coasters, the next thing you're going to want to do is research the park that you're planning on going to. So you want to look at the different roller coasters they have, the different rides they offer, and it doesn't hurt to, check out some of the stats too. So for example, if your fear is heights, then you can kind of find out which ones are the smaller coasters and which ones are going to work better for you. So I highly recommend starting from the bottom up and riding the smaller ones, or the ones that don't freak you out as much first, and then working your way up to the bigger ones. For some people, they like to just jump right in, ride the biggest and baddest thing at the park, and if that works for you, then totally go for it. But for a lot of people, that can just totally freak them out and make them not want to ride any roller coasters ever again. So I personally recommend starting from the bottom, but if that doesn't work for you, so be it. For some people, they also find it helpful to watch POVs or point of view videos of roller coasters. Usually parks will put these out and it shows exactly what it looks like from the front seat perspective of the ride. So some people that does help them, because then they can get a feel for what it's going to look like, what the elements are. And this doesn't work for everyone's fear, however, like if your fear is motion sickness or you're upset by roller coasters if they upset your stomach, watching a POV isn't going to, show you exactly where the forces are and how strong, how intense the ride is. So if watching POVs helps you, that's also something you can do. Okay, so now I'm going to go through a few different fears and point out different things that can work for each of those fears. So if you are afraid of heights, something I would definitely recommend is starting with the smaller coasters in the park and then building your way up by height. Sometimes parks will put the exact height of the coaster on their website, and if it's not, Wikipedia or Roller Coaster Database or RCDB, those are all some great resources for finding the exact statistics of the roller coaster. Also, if you're afraid of heights, some people, they really like their restraints to be super tight, so you can ask the ride operator to staple you, and what stapling means is that they'll just push down the restraint as tight as it can go, which for a lot of people can be uncomfortable if it's like compressing you. But some people, that makes them feel safer, so if that's something that helps you, you can ask to get stapled. If you have motion sickness and that's what keeps you from riding roller coasters, if you have a medication or pills that help you, I would definitely recommend taking those before you go to the park. It also helps to look for roller coasters that aren't as extreme or don't have as many crazy elements, if that helps keep your motion sickness down. Another thing I can recommend for people with motion sickness is to sit in the middle of a train. This is huge because the forces of a ride are always strongest in the very front or the very back. So if you sit in the middle, the forces aren't going to be as strong and it probably won't aggravate your motion sickness as much. If your fear is that roller coasters are not safe or that you could possibly be injured or die on a roller coaster, to that I would say that you're more likely to die in a car on a way to a theme park than you are on a roller coaster. Roller coasters are highly advanced machines. The newer ones use so much updated technology, and with the older models too, they do often put in new computer systems and keep those older systems up to date with the modern technology. There's no reason to be more scared of a roller coaster than driving in a car. Statistically, it's very uncommon for people to get injured or to die on a roller coaster, and a lot of those injuries or death are actually caused by the rider themselves. A lot of these are pre-existing conditions, so if you have a pre-existing condition, you should probably not ride on that ride. Always check the rider safety guide sign outside the front of the ride, because it'll tell you exactly everything you need to know as far as who can ride and who it's safe for. Another thing in terms of safety is just to look at all the people who come off the ride and are completely unharmed. roller coaster accidents are extremely rare, and they're probably not going to happen when you're at the park. Again, most roller coaster injuries are caused by the guest making, incorrect actions. Aside from pre-existing conditions, other things that can happen are riders bringing their loose articles on the ride, such as cell phones, and then if it flies out of their pocket and hits someone, that could cause an injury. But a lot of parks are really cracking down on cell phones because they are just a huge menace to roller coasters. Or another thing that sometimes guests will do, if they go into restricted areas, that's another common cause for injury. So if you just use your common sense, you should be absolutely fine on a roller coaster. Alright, so that's gonna do it for today's video. I hope that these tips help you and that you'll keep them in mind the next time you go to a park, and that you can start enjoying roller coasters, because at the end of the day, they're meant to be fun. And yeah, they can be kind of scary at first. I know I was definitely scared of them when I was a kid, but they are meant to be fun, so have fun with them. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and leave a comment if any of these tips helped you, and I'll see you next time.